In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night.
What the heck was that?
I was making it fun. Leave me alone.
You made it fun, all right. You freaked me out. I thought you were about to have a seizure.
Probably did, to be honest. But, yeah.
I think your mind, kind of tripped out there for a second.
No, I was like, I was trying to do that.
Maybe I should have read it.
You haven't read it ever. And I was
will
like, you
eventually,
could have done it.
at some point.
And then before this, we tried to do one take, and he was like, 10, 8, 3,
3, 1,
5,
1, 4.
And I'm like sitting here, and I'm like, and then he pushes it, and I was like, am I supposed to start?
I thought that was perfect. That was a good countdown. You started at 10, then you go to 5, then 8, then 4, and then 1.
It's not chronological.
No? Oh, I thought it was. Just like Alaska's connected to the
Public school failed you.
ocean by itself.
It's not connected to anything.
It's not connected to anything.
It's just,
It's just
under
sitting
Hawaii.
in the middle.
It's supposed to be. Did you think Alaska was a warm state?
I don't know what happened.
No, I'm legitimately asking.
No, I know it was always cold. I just never put two and two together. If it sits where I thought it sit, then it was supposed to be like 90 degrees year round or 110, not negative 80.
Public school really failed you.
Yeah, it happens.
It shouldn't happen.
I graduated.
Did you?
Maybe. I don't know.
You don't remember your childhood. So.
I remember graduating high school. I don't remember like elementary and pre-K and all that mess. But some say that if you don't remember your childhood, you had a really good childhood, or some say you had a really bad childhood. I don't know which one.
So I was like, wait. I was waiting for you to answer. I was like,
when I saw the pause, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to continue.
Usually that's the this indicator.
That's a signal of.
Hey,
is that it? Are you going to keep going?
It's like, I have this really funny story.
That's me, because I usually can't tell the story anyway, because I'm laughing the whole fucking time. So
or like crying, and then you try to. I'm like, I don't understand it the first 4 times, and then you say it one more time.
Then I'm like trying.
Oh my god! So I told the dog joke because we were in a meeting and they were trying to put us out in break rooms because it was over Zoom, and they were like, "Does anybody have any funny jokes?" And I was like, "I don't know any jokes really, like off the fly." Then I was like, "I remember the dog joke." And everybody's like,
oh, yeah.
So I'm going to tell this joke right now, and it's probably going to be terrible, just as it was when I had the meeting. But everybody had laughed, so it was really funny. So there's 2 dogs in a house, and there's one dog says to the other dog, "I'm really depressed. Tell me a joke." And the other dog says, "Okay, knock, knock."
First time I heard that, I did not get it. Oh my god!
Fifi jumped over because I barked.
Go lay down.
Blanket.
Now I did not get that joke when I first heard it. Like, she had to explain it to me like 50 times, and then I laughed for like 20 minutes.
We were at, I think it was a Chili's or something for my birthday last year.
Last year? Babe, this was like 2 years ago.
No, this was my birthday last year. We
We
were going to Vegas. Yes. Yes, it was.
Anywho, continue.
I'm going to bet you. I will bet you $10.
Okay, $10.
I'm going to talk to her. She's going to say yes.
She's going to be like, no, it was 5 years ago.
It was last year because that's when we went to Vegas. Because we lived at our old house, and that was the only time we lived at our old house, because that's when we planned a trip to Vegas. And then we were sitting in the restaurant for breakfast because it was early. We couldn't get on the first flight, so then we had to wait and try to get on the second flight. We couldn't get on the second flight, so we had to go to St. George. Then we rented a car there, which we were concerned about not getting a car, but we got the last car that was in St. George. Then we drove from St. George to Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
Who won? Suck it, dude. Suck my dick. So I won that, Just so everybody knows, this is how our arguments go.
I guess you won.
You should never argue with somebody who has a photogenic memory.
I have a photogenic memory. This is not photogenic. This is just remembering. Not the same. Do you know what photogenic means?
I can tell exactly what we're sitting at. I'm wearing shorts.
No, it's like that. It's like the
Why
joke.
are you hitting me? Stop
It's like the
me.
joke at the restaurant when I was like, "Do you know what dumbfounded means?"
Oh my God. We're at a restaurant. And I don't remember why we were talking about it.
I can't remember.
But he was like, do you know what dumbfounded means? Oh, I was trying to explain something to you, and you just didn't get what I was trying to explain to you. And he was...
And I thought you weren't understanding what I was explaining to you.
But I completely understood. And he's like, do you know what dumbfounded means? And I'm like, yes.
No, you said, no, what does it mean? And I explained it to you. You're like, yeah.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh.
And then he started laughing and crying. And then, like, everybody around us were like, what the fuck is happening?
Oh, I wish I knew what the hell we were talking about. We talked about so much stuff that day.
We talk about a lot of random shit every day.
We just have a camera on us when we go out to restaurants and we're drinking. Or even not drinking. We just have a camera there, just recording us.
It's like, fuck you, Kardashians.
Yeah.
We'd be way funnier.
We would be super funnier. Duper funnier. Anywho, podcast time.
So, welcome to our podcast. My name is Katie.
Tie. Here.
There was nobody cheering.
Oh, fuck.
So, today our movie was
What Lies Beneath.
We did not practice that.
We did
That
not.
actually was really cool. Okay. So, What Lies Beneath is a movie that was filmed in 2000, and it is PG-13, and it's a thriller horror.
Well, there's no naughty in there. You just hear it, but
Hey.
there was no nakedness. I'm sure,
Naked.
pretty sure everybody
Not
wanted to
naked,
see
it's naked
Michelle
people.
Pfeiffer naked, but
I don't know. She's really small.
she is
She's
very
really
small.
petite. I
Like,
would be scared.
I think the most features she has is a pretty face.
I think she's gorgeous.
I mean, I think she's pretty, but she just has like no taters, no booty, and she's super, super skinny.
She's petite.
Very petite. She probably weighs 90 pounds wet, fully clothed.
We saw her wet, fully clothed in this movie.
And
Hey!
she was probably 90 pounds there.
All right, so let's read the synopsis. Let's get into it. Do you want to read it or do you want me to?
I'll read it.
You never read anything else. Do you?
I read it last time. Anywho, it had been a year since Dr. Norman Spencer Harrison Ford betrayed his beautiful wife, Claire, Michelle Pfeiffer. But with Claire oblivious to the truth, Norman's life and marriage seem so perfect that when Claire tells him of hearing mysterious voices and seeing a young woman's image in their home, he dismisses her terror as delusion. Demises. No, dismisses, babe. It's D-I-S.
Oh, you said it weird.
Oh, my God. Claire moves closer to the truth and becomes clear that apparition? Jesus. I need to go back to school. Will not be dismissed and has come back for Dr. Spencer and his beautiful wife. Release date was July 21st, 2000. Director was Robert I don't know how to pronounce it.
You have to say it. You have to pronounce it.
Zemeckis. I don't know. Starring Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer, Diana Scarwin. That's a cool last name. Ooh, box office was $291.4 million. Wow. That's a pretty hefty, but only got a 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb and 47% on Rotten Potatoes. That's stupid. That was a really good movie.
This is a good movie. People need to stop hating.
Yeah.
All right.
Usually Rotten Potatoes and IMDb are like terrible. Because unless I just have a weird liking in movies. Because that's usually movies I like. It's like a 5 or a 6 on there.
But I want to know why. Okay, so my question is, if Rotten Potatoes is high, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because if it's a high Rotten tomato.
I'm pretty sure
It's potato?
Tomato. Rotten Tomatoes. I don't
Rotten
know.
vegetables and fruits are terrible. So
I never actually thought about that. It's That's a pretty good question. Might have to look that up after this.
So being at a 40% or 43, you said, it might be good.
No, I think it's out of 100, but I just don't know if 100 is good or if 100 is bad. That's what we're discussing here. I don't know. So I don't know if lower is better or higher is better. Anywho,
question.
So what lies beneath?
Don't read through my notes. They're crazy.
Wifey likes to write questions, so
They're not questions. It's just like observations that we need to touch base on, so they might not make sense to you.
Okay, well, this is one question that you wrote that I asked you to write down.
I was going to write it down anyway.
For y'all who have seen the movie, if you haven't, then spoiler alert. But
okay,
I hope you
fuckers,
watched it.
stop the podcast right now. Go watch it. You have 2 hours because you're listening to this podcast.
And then come back and then listen to the podcast.
So pause it. Did you pause it?
Did you pause it? I hope so, because I'm about to ask a question. So in the movie, in the very beginning, like the first 10 minutes, like their neighbors are arguing, going crazy, and then like the next scene,
It's an eyelash. You have to blow it.
The next scene, they're freaking going crazy in the bedroom, and like you can apparently hear them at Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer's house. So then Harrison Ford gets up and he starts closing the windows, and she's like, "No, keep them open." And he's like, "Oh, you think we can compete with them?" And she's like, "Well, we're gonna try," because no, they're about the same age, right? I think the next door neighbor wife is like a little bit younger than Michelle Pfeiffer in the movie, or they could be the same age. I don't know. But anyway, so it was like who won at the sex war?
Sexcapades.
The sexcapades. So because they never showed that. They just like started showing Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford kissing, and that was it. Like I want to know who fucking won. Like that's a legitimate question. Who fucking won?
Who's fucking won? There we go. That's a
yeah. There you go. Who's fucking won? There we go. Yeah, like that's a.
Who do you think?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna give it up for Harrison Ford because he's a murderer. Because he slayed that pussy.
Well, he did have that like 20-something-year-old chick like coming after his nutsack, so he probably could lay it down pretty good.
Can we not relate to women going after nutsacks? Because I really don't think anybody will.
There's some women out there that like nutsacks. Just throwing that out there.
All nutsacks look like old nutsacks.
They do, but there's some women out there that...
All nutsacks! Don't give me that not all nutsacks bullshit. It's all nutsacks.
They
take a picture, look at it, and you'll be like, wow, that looks old.
They like having a nutsack in their mouth. So, I mean, and even some, not going to get into that subject, but,
I really don't.
I'm not going to say it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so lost.
Okay, we're talking about a man and a woman. So what else is there?
Man and a man.
There you go.
And then a man and a woman who used to be a man. And then
there you go.
Vice versa.
They might like having nutsack in their mouth too.
A man, a woman, and a man. And then there's a man, woman, woman. And then I'm just going to keep on going.
Just keep on going. Hey, I'm listening.
Orgies.
I'm listening.
I'm just going to go into
I'm pretty sure someone in that orgy is going to have nuts in their mouth. So I'm just throwing it out there.
No, I'm good.
It's just like people that like to lick, the booty, they like.
Who does that?
I don't know. That's a whole nother topic.
Okay, that is all. I mean, I'm not going to yuck your yum, but.
Yuck your yum. I like that.
I got it off of One in Crime.
That was pretty good.
I'm not going to yuck your yum. But that is not my yum.
Num num.
I will never. I am putting my foot down. What? I will never, ever lick your ass.
Good. I don't want you to. It's hairy. Just like every other man's ass. Unless he's in porn. Ew. Then they, what wax is it? I was about to say, wax it and bleach it.
Laser hair that shit.
Laser hair removal that shit. But no, I do not want you anywhere near not your fingers, not your tongue, not your nose, not your eyeballs.
I don't want pink eye. I'm good.
Good. I don't want it either. Anywho.
Where were we going with this? Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about this
Oh,
movie.
yeah, the movie. What Lies Beneath.
That veered off. Okay. So, after the sex scene, bunny ears. Bunny ears are the quotes.
Yeah, bunny ears. Because there was not really a sex scene.
So she's like depressed that her daughter went off to college, which is totally normal.
And then you never even see your daughter again.
That's the point. That's like the point. Like the daughter was not necessary.
Not
it was
necessary.
Just like the only necessity of the daughter was to have Claire be alone. She had her daughter around. They were very close. But then they take that away, and then she's kind of alone, and then she kind of seems like a nutcase.
Yeah.
So it kind of delved into that.
Same thing with the fucking neighbors.
Not really.
Yeah, you see
Wait,
them.
I'm going to get into that.
Sorry.
Don't jump ahead.
Anyway,
so when she's looking through the photos, it was just really weird that she had like a Polaroid with the date of 1998. And when the movie came out, that wasn't an old date. Because she looked at the photo of her car that was wrapped around a tree. And it had, I don't remember like the beginning date, but it said 1998 on it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's kind of just weird to look at because this movie was in 2000. For me, that's a really long time ago. I was 11.
In 1998, I was
13.
13. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Because you're 2 years older than me.
Oh, yeah.
You're special.
Sometimes.
Okay. So it was just kind of interesting to like see that. Because, I don't know.
I was just wondering what she was crying for. So she was looking at crash photos. Who was the guy in there? Oh, I think that was her ex-husband.
Yeah.
Because like later on she said he passed away for some reason.
I don't remember why he passed away.
Maybe they said it.
Maybe Norman killed him to get with her because he fell in love with her and he was like, fuck.
Pretty sure not. But maybe.
It's never zero.
Maybe. But pretty sure not.
Anyway, moving on. So then after that moment, her and Norman see the neighbors fighting out in the yard. And then Norman says something that's really interesting, and I want to bring it up. People argue, people fight. It's not our business. And then I was going to add, but I'll fucking watch it.
Well, that's what they were doing. They were watching it when they were arguing.
There was
the neighbors.
I guess a TikTok. I don't know what it is. I don't do TikTok. I'm too old for that shit. But there were these people who got home from work with their kids and they're like, go inside, don't do anything. We just have to do our chores. And then their chores happen to be outside so they can watch and listen to the argument that's happening.
Jesus.
And they're like spraying Febreze around.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I think you showed me that one.
I did show you that one.
You did show
really
me
funny.
that one. And then the guy was like vacuuming the ceiling.
Yeah, he was vacuuming or Swiffering the walls.
Or the walls. He was vacuuming the walls.
In an apartment complex. And so then this kind of spurs on Claire's obsession to watch that movie, like watch her neighbors. And this kind of connects to a movie, which I'm 100% sure you've never seen. It's called Rear Window.
No, never
1954,
heard of it.
Alfred Hitchcock.
1954?
That was a year.
Yeah, I would not watch a movie in 1954.
Well, it's going to be on my list, so deal with it.
Oh, my God.
Alfred Hitchcock. He's
Who's that
classic.
guy?
I'm going to punch you. He was the one that did Birds, Psycho.
Okay, Psycho.
Those are all like
Birds
the start of horror-ish.
Yeah, but it's 1954, so it's going to probably be black and white.
No, I don't think it is.
Actually, like, actresses and actors back then were, like, really, like...
hot.
I wasn't going to say that, but okay. No, they're, like, really good. Like, the acting is well done back then in the day.
Okay. So, Rear Window. I'm just going to move on with that.
Your face.
I didn't do anything. So, in this movie, the guy gets into an accident and he's put into a wheelchair, and so he can't do anything, and so he just watches his neighbors, and he believes 100% that he witnessed a murder. And so...
That's like that movie we saw with the redhead, that something in the window or something.
The funny TV show, but then
no,
it's actually...
it was the redhead girl. I can't remember her name. She's been in other stuff, but...
Oh, Rachel McAdams.
she saw like the next door neighbor, and it turned out it was a kid that like was murdering everybody. And
it's actually a book, and it's really good. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's. But the thing is, this came out first, not that.
Well, yeah, obviously 1954.
Yeah. So anyway, so it kind of is reminiscent of that movie where she kind of goes a little crazy, gets a little spy on her neighbors, and then what happens? Like, she goes bonkers a little bit.
And it turns out that he didn't do anything. He was actually like madly in love with his wife.
Oh,
but like when it was like raining in the middle of the night, and he takes this like long wrapped up thing, it looked like a body.
But the thing, we never get an answer to what that was.
No, we did. She said when you finally meet the wife, she's like, when she goes over the house and they have coffee, she's like, oh well, I went to some place in Vancouver, and he brought my stuff over, and he was begging me to come back, blah blah blah. So he basically took her stuff in that, but that like legit looked like a body.
How to carry a duffel bag? Not like that.
It wasn't even a duffel bag. It was just like, I mean, it was literally this long. Like,
have you seen those military duffel bags?
They're not that big. Seriously, my brother was in the military, so yes, I've seen them.
Have you seen his duffel bag in there?
And they're not this long, babe. My arm span is like 6 feet or more. They're not duffel bags more than 6 feet long. I'm sorry. Maybe 4 feet or 5 feet, but not 6'5". Like my height, no.
Crunch you into one.
Oh my God.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyhow.
So then that goes kind of connecting to the next thing, where she throws the ball into the water, where Cooper doesn't go get it.
He's like, hell no. There's
fuck
something
you, bitch.
in there.
He literally said, fuck you, bitch.
But the thing that confuses me is like at the end, you see that she's actually in like the bridge waterfront water, not at the house. Oh, maybe that's where he drowned her at. He probably drowned her at that house, and then he put her in a car and then drove to the...
That's exactly what he said he did. Did you not listen?
Whatever.
Don't get upset at me that you don't pay attention.
I did pay attention.
So, don't jump ahead. We have to, go chronologically. Why did you say it like that?
I don't know.
I did not say it like that. Are you, talking to me about my speech impediment?
You don't have a speech impediment. I do.
With my liners in? What's your speech impediment?
Dumbass.
Ebonics. I can't deny that. Okay. So she throws the ball into the water, and then she sees something in the water, and she's like, stares at it for a good 20 minutes. I swear to God,
30 minutes, max.
Maybe 45. But the thing, okay, so kind of backtracking. If you consistently watch Michelle Pfeiffer acting, I know it's just her acting, but it frustrated me on how long it took her to do tasks. Fucking speed up, bitch. I don't know. To me, I just get through things as fast as possible to be done with them.
I like to get through fast as possible. I don't like doing something over and over and over again for a super long time. Unless it's video games.
Watching her do anything, I was like, oh my God, just go faster.
Go faster. She stepped on a piece of glass in her toe, and she
just pulled it up slowly and looked at it, and then she God damn, that took 5 minutes. But so she was looking at the water, and I wanted to pull up the story from my past. When I was semi-fat, I was losing weight, and I was going on these 6-mile walks every day. And I was walking past this bridge, and I like to stop on bridges and look at the water just because I'm weird. Too. And I looked at the down, and I saw this face in the water. No fucking joke. I saw a legit face in the water.
Did you jump in and try to save it?
Why? I was 18. Why would I do that?
That could have been a person drowning, and you let them drown.
Can I finish my story?
Sure.
Sure. Great. Thank you. So then I walked home. I was only maybe 5 minutes away from home. So I walked home, and I told my dad, and he's like, nah, it's fine. And so maybe 20 minutes later, we drove by, and he looked down, and he's like, wow, that does look like a face. And then we drove away.
Wow.
I walked by there like a few times after that. That thing was not there anymore afterwards.
Yeah, because they drowned and sunk to the bottom.
No, they were already dead if they were dead.
Wow. You saw a face and your dad saw a face and y'all didn't go down there to check on the face.
There was like, it's around a lot of bushes.
I would have checked on the face. I would have jumped down there. How tall was the bridge?
It was a creek. Like, it was not a deep, you couldn't jump from the bridge without hurting yourself.
I would have jumped.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have been like,
immediately. To save someone,
crawl down
they
there.
could have been a famous person with a ransom.
In my tiny podunk town.
And we would have had all this, or you would have had all this money.
I like how you like wrapping yourself into my life. Great.
Like I was there.
You're just whispering like, you know how Satan whispers like sins in your ear?
Mm-hmm. But I'm whispering good things in your ear. Like, go save this person. Go help this person.
I want a computer.
I want a motorcycle.
You have one.
I want a gaming computer.
You have one. Stop. But yeah, so that was kind of interesting, and I thought that was really fun because my goal in life is to find a dead body, a legit dead body that I have to call 911, and they're like, "What's your emergency?" And I was like, "It's not really an emergency. They're already dead," and that is my spiel.
And they'll think you did it.
I'm okay with that. That'd be fun for a day.
Wow. Okay,
that would be fun for a day.
I just don't want to be there then because they don't think I did it.
Did you do it? He's shifty eye looking. No. But let's speed up to the Ouija session. Ouija board.
Ouija, yeah, it's what you want to do in life.
Oh my God, if
there's anyone out there who wants to do a Ouija board with the wifey, please let her know because she's like super stoked about doing a Ouija board. And I won't do it with her because I'm not trying to.
He's black.
I'm not trying to have like our house possessed by something.
I mean, just as long as you say goodbye, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah.
It's better than a pendulum.
Yeah, say goodbye and being 6 feet under or ripped to shreds by some demon that you brought into the house. No, thank you. I'm good.
Why are you so depressing?
Me?
A Ouija board is fun. You get to talk to spirits.
Is it? Because every movie I've seen when they talk to a Ouija board...
Because they don't follow the rules, babe.
Something bad usually happens. Either they get possessed or they get ripped to shreds.
You know why? Because they don't follow the fucking rules. There's rules.
Even if you follow the rules, I'm pretty sure there's loopholes and we're not going to follow them all.
I'm already haunted. Like, it's not going to get much worse.
Well, you're haunted, not me.
You're married to me. You get to deal with it, too.
I do, but so far I haven't needed to. So, no Ouija boards for me.
You saw a black figure in the old house.
I did. I don't think I've seen anything here. Or maybe I have.
I've seen things in corners.
I see the cats or the dogs looking at things in corners, but they did it at the old house, too. So.
But I'll go to, I don't go in the closet at night because I'm already in my pajamas. And then I'll go to the bathroom, get ready, and come back out, and I'll see that the closet light is on.
Maybe you turn it on, not paying attention.
I don't think
you flipped it on, think you're going there, you're like, oh, I don't need to go in there. You just never turn the light off.
That's possible, but it's happened a lot.
I can see you doing that.
Shut up. So then the Ouija session, I think, is funny because her and Jody is supposed to be the spiritual one, but she's freaking out. And I'm like, why are you freaking out so much about this?
Because she's probably never actually seen it in person.
I don't know. I don't think so. She's supposed to be spiritual and...
Spiritual and...
Not spiritual. I'm trying to not psychic, but there's an openness, I guess, to it, and she's supposed to be that person, but then she's like,
I would be too.
And then
it's I believe in it, but it's if I see it for face to face, I'll be freaking the hell out.
And then when Cooper came in, they screamed, and
I screamed.
He screamed, and I was like, dude, if you were there doing the Ouija board, you would be screaming higher pitched than all of them.
Oh, hell yeah, I would be. I would have been freaking the hell out.
It was pretty funny. I just was laughing at him for that. So then, why is that in my face?
What happened? I didn't say anything.
Do you want me to rewind this thing? We're fucking recording. This can go against you in a court of law.
I paused it when I said what I didn't say.
What you said. You suck.
I do.
So then when, like, Claire starts to become a little bit more, I want to say not erratic, but erratic.
Enlightened.
Not enlightened. She gets crazier, and she brings it up to Norman, and Norman's like, why are you trying to sabotage me? Blah, blah, blah. Dude, can you be any more neurotic?
Well, obviously, because he murdered someone and then hid it.
Yeah, but the thing is, he was trying to
act like?
he was very gaslighty, and he's like, you're just being psychotic, you're being crazy.
Well, yeah, of course you're going to push it on the next person to make them seem like they're innocent.
Yeah, but the thing is, he probably has had this behavior before, and she just let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, this is an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
I thought that was a revelation.
Did I just do it? I did it again in the beginning.
I don't know. Yeah.
I was gonna keep going, but I kind of paused for a second. I thought you were gonna say something.
I thought you were gonna say something. I was waiting for something.
Well, yeah, of course it's an abusive relationship because obviously he murdered someone, first of all, hid it, and then he tried to murder her. But, like, you saw how aggressive he got when, what was it? When she's like, no, that's who I saw. I saw Madison. And he,
you remembered her name.
Well, I would call her Melissa.
Melissa, Mary.
Mary, and, well, because, like.
Martha, you said Martha a couple times.
Well, because Mary was the next door neighbor. That's why I said Mary. But anyway, like you saw how like pissed off he got. He's like, "You need to fucking stop this." He like went off on her, and I was like, but she kept to her
guns.
Her guns, and she was like, "That's who I saw." I was like, "Hell yeah, girl! Power to the women." I wish y'all could have seen her face. Aww.
So then, fast forwarding more, Norman starts believing her. He starts calling paranormal people, and they're like, no, she's fucking psycho. Get over it. Then she jumps in the water, and then he jumps after her, and then she freaks out about a braid.
She was pulled in the water.
C'est la vie. Que sera, sera.
La vie say.
What I was going to bring up. Sorry, it took me a second to like structure because I was thinking about
Your brain was trying to piece things together really quick, and it just wasn't happening.
Anyway, moving on. They burn the braid, and we have different stances on this.
Oh, yeah.
What is your stance on burning shit?
Okay, so I'm just going off the seasons of Supernatural that were on for 15 years. And basically, whenever you came across an entity that you needed to get rid of, obviously not a demon because that's not the same, but like a ghost figure, then you find whatever they're attached to in this world / realm, and then you burn it, and that will sever the tide. So she saw that the braid was there, and then Harrison Ford burned it, and she was like, no, you're not supposed to burn that. That makes it worse. And I was like, no, you're supposed to burn it because that's supposed to sever the tide. So my view is that if it is ghost related and they're, tied to it, then you're supposed to burn whatever that is. Who else agrees?
Nobody, because if you are really, truly lover of the paranormal, that sounds
you want
really,
to keep them around.
It's like a little kid lover. No. Anyway, you don't know because you don't like The Office.
Nope, sure don't.
So if I have always been brought up to believe that if you burn anything from the paranormal, it is going to come at you tenfold. That it releases the energy into the atmosphere to attack you.
They're already there, and they're
already but it's attacking. Worse because it's tied to something. But if you burn that thing and destroy it, it has to gets
it
released.
Breaks no.
So I think that's what I think. And then I was reading on it, like we were arguing about it, and I was trying to read up on it, and it was talking about how that you have to involve salt with things, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
salt is
true.
supposed to be a purifier, and so I could
Salt
see
is true.
if they poured salt on it and then burned it, I could see that working. But they just put some lighter fluid on that shit, and then they.
I mean, I don't think I've ever saw, at least in Supernatural, that's the only thing I really go off of, them putting salt on stuff and then burning it. They would just burn it.
Supernatural's a TV show, dude.
Yeah, but could be real stuff. I've never seen any other movie when they're like, oh, there's a ghost in here. What should we do to get rid of it? Like, normally they just end up all dying. Or
Just say, hey, what's up, and see if they want to drink.
Unless it's Casper.
He's a friendly ghost.
He is a friendly ghost. So, I
We're
think
never
you're
gonna
supposed
agree.
to burn it.
We're never going to agree because you wouldn't know how to do it, and you would try to do it and make everything
I
worse.
would know how to do it.
You wouldn't do it right.
You obviously want to keep ghosts around. So,
It makes life interesting.
Of course, you would want to not burn it. You're like, ooh, this is a nice friendly ghost, even though it's like cutting you up in pieces and shit.
Wee.
Oh my God. You'll go down in history. That's what you want to be.
Santa Claus. No,
You wanna
Rudolph
be-
the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You want to be famous, getting cut up by a ghost.
Dude, I would be amazing. That is my all-time ultimate goal in life.
See what I mean, people? She
Is to
wants
become-
to keep the ghost around.
A paranormal investigator. Like, I would be legit at it because I don't get, like, scared.
They were hiring in Vegas at Zach Baggins' place.
The museum, yeah, they probably only, like, offer, like, $13 an hour. I'm sorry, no. I make
You
way
never
more
know.
than that.
Did you look up? Did they not have a price on there?
No. And Peggy doesn't like me.
Who's-
I love you.
Oh. You're supposed to say, hi, Peggy. Bye,
Hi.
Peggy.
Hi, Peggy. Bye, Peggy.
There you go. I'm not trying to have Peggy in this house. That would be
Now you have to
scary.
say it again.
Hi, Peggy. Bye, Peggy.
Anyway, so moving on. As at the end of the movie, oh yay, Norman kills the girl.
And she gets revenge.
And she gets revenge, which is great. Love it. Michelle Pfeiffer gets away, and everything is happy. But
And then she drops off a rose at Madison Elizabeth Frank's gravesite.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
then roll credits.
roll credits.
Credit roll.
So my final question to you: if you had to kill somebody, how would you kill someone?
Oh my God.
And you can't choose a gun.
Oh my God. Shit. I wish I would have known this was going to be coming up.
I mean, I already have like a list.
I would probably use chloroform and feed them to pigs.
Oh, that's easy. Okay. That's like you're not really doing anything. You're just making them pass out. So if you got them really drunk and then had them pass out,
No, a lot of people don't pass out when they're drunk.
some people do.
Some, not all.
Anyway,
I've never passed out drunk.
You know what I would do? I would like make a rope and I would like pull them towards me with my foot on their back and just strangle them. That'd be fun.
Okay. That'll be fun.
That'd be fun. I don't know.
Jesus. Should I be worried, guys? I think so.
Obviously. Come on, bro.
Ovi.
Obviously. All right, so let's move on. The movie was amazing. What was your score?
I mean, it's Michelle Pfeiffer and Harrison Ford, so I'm going to give it like a freaking 20. So,
Oh, that's higher than like all your other movies.
I mean, it's a good movie. It's a classic. It's 2000.
All right.
It's a classic.
But it's out of 10, so what would you give it?
A 20.
Well, you don't know.
What are you
numbers.
giving it?
I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Hey, she finally gives a movie a 10.
I gave other movies.
Yeah,
a 10.
your weird little kid treasure hunt movie,
Goonies? You love that movie.
Oh, okay, no, that's the one. That's not the one I was thinking of. I mean, I wouldn't say I love it, but I wouldn't watch it
UHF?
again. Yeah, UHF.
I didn't give it a 10.
Oh, I thought you did.
I give it like an 8.
You should give it a -8. Anywho, moving on. So, topic of today is
Why are you British today?
topic of today,
Governor.
Governor.
Is it because I've been watching British,
You
TV?
watch a lot of sex stuff. Anywho,
I don't
what
watch-
are the most common reasons for friendships to fall apart?
All
All
right, I got one. So, most common reasons for friendships to fall apart. My best friend fucks my boyfriend.
Well, obviously that's the main one.
Done.
Done, son. All right, drop the mic.
I win. Walk away. Babe, we're not done. Yes, we are. That is it.
That is it. That is it.
All
All
right, what's
right,
yours?
I got one. So, the best friend or friend wants to, it's kind of the same thing, but not really, wants to date who the friend is dating. It's like, say.
Okay, it's the same exact thing.
It's not the same exact thing. There's fucking and then like wants to date them. There's a little bit different. Like they already did it, but maybe he doesn't want to do anything with her, but she wants to date him, so she's like, fuck you type thing. Or y'all just argue a lot. But she doesn't actually bring it up to you. She doesn't actually say, oh, I want to date your boyfriend. She's just pissed off that you're dating.
Secretly in love with
She's,
him.
yeah, secretly in love with him. There you go. Secretly in love with him. That's a better
Alright,
term.
that's good. My other one is you sell your best friend out to the police.
Ooh. I almost had that
Ho-ho.
happen to me, actually.
What did you do?
No, I told you this. I got pulled over and my
Oh.
ex-friend in the back seat, we were high at the time, and he like freaking starts spilling his guts to the police like, oh, I'm sorry, we're high, we're drunk, and we're driving, and blah, 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 blah. I'm surprised we did not go to jail that time. I'm really surprised. Like, I don't know how we didn't. And I had a baseball bat like on the side of my thing for like protection, and they're like, they viewed it as like a weapon. So like they're like, you can't have it there. So I had to put it in the trunk. Like, I mean, these cops are like super cool. So like,
Do you have any more weed?
yeah, I'm surprised they didn't. Honestly surprised they didn't ask for that because like I should have been in so much trouble. Anyway, ooh, what's my other one? Crap. I mean, those are the main ones. I don't really know if I have
I
another
probably
one.
can come up a lot more.
I don't think I can.
My best friend shocked my grandma and killed her.
What?
Or my best friend, who is my cousin, is coming out as gay and kills my grandma.
No, that stuff does not happen.
Disowning.
Stuff does not happen.
That happens all the time.
I don't think so. I had one, but then you like came up with
Okay.
this crazy thing and I forgot.
I have one. It's on a movie, but I think it's funny. So, but it's not. It's a funny movie, so it's not. Okay, so 4th of July, you and your friend get super drunk, and he tapes firecrackers to your hand, and he blows off your thumb.
What?
That happened on a movie.
Oh, I thought we weren't. You told me not to go to back to Supernatural, and you're going to a movie. So
It's not the same thing over and over
how
again.
is that not the same thing?
It's a different movie.
It's a movie though. It's not real.
Okay. I feel like that could break a friendship up. You're like not coming up with anything.
So what could break a friendship up is I thought this was going to happen to me at our wedding, actually. So when you have a wedding or a ceremony or a dinner or whatever, and like your longtime friend that you've done like everything with
God.
is like super drunk, and he starts like telling stories about like what y'all did when y'all were growing up or whatever. That can break up a friendship and a marriage, depending on what you've done.
I remember definitely saying, "Hey, you need to make sure he doesn't go
I
crazy."
thought one of my boys was gonna start spilling beans, but I already told wifey all the stories anyway, so I don't think she has not heard one that he could say anyway. So, but I really thought that I think he asked me first. He's like, "Does she know about this?" And I'm like, I can't remember. I think I said no because at the time I don't think you had known at the time, but then I told you later on. I don't even know how we even came up to that, but I like spilled a whole bunch of shit to you.
I was sitting in the car and you're just like spewing everything. So I need to tell you something. And then I'm sitting there and I remember we're getting off on like a ramp or something. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it's just like this and that and that and this.
It was like 27
and
things.
this and that and that.
And I'm
this.
just like, I just want to go lay down.
But that could definitely break up a friendship and a marriage and like sever a bunch of everything.
This had happened to me. I lost my best friend when I was going through something tough, and my friend did not want to be supportive.
I was gonna say something similar. I was gonna be like, yeah, not supportive or too sensitive or something like that. Like if your friend is just like,
no, they were just
emotional.
I needed somebody there to be supportive of me because I was going through something tough, and they just ghosted me.
Yeah,
never heard from them since.
Yeah, I can see that. That can definitely be 100%.
That's fine.
I think those are the main. We should have probably wrote some down, but
I don't know.
Off the top of the dome.
Those are good ones.
Those are good ones. I think the main one is the first one you said. I think the main one is the first one you said. Like, cheating. That's probably the main.
And it can go boys and girls, not just girls.
What do you mean not just girls?
Like, boys can cheat on girls.
Well, yeah. Normally when you think of cheating, it's mostly like guys cheating anyway. But, you know.
It's 50-50. It's legitimately 50-50.
I don't know if it's 50-50. There might be a higher. It depends on how many more men or women are in this world. If there's more men, then, yeah, it's going to be higher on the men's side. But if there's more women, then it's going to be higher on the women's side, I think. I think that's the only logical way to do it.
Okay, so statistically, apparently people pull statistics on this. In general, men are more likely than women to cheat. 20% of men and 13% of women are reported to cheat. Fuck you guys.
Jesus. I mean, when was that, though? Was that recent? Was that 2022? Or was that like 1996?
Let me see.
It's probably 1996.
2008. Or 2018. Sorry.
I was like 2008. Jeez. So it could be different.
It could be
different. It could be
4 years ago.
I think times have changed and women have gotten very creative and manipulative.
We're just tired of men's shit.
That's true. That is very true. I could see that.
You're just like, you know,
not even going to
argue
that. See
a woman yelling at a man. You're just like, yeah, he probably deserved it.
Not going to argue that. Definitely deserve. Now, if I see a man arguing at a woman and like threatening to hit her, then guess what's going to happen to that man? He's going to get fucking cold clocked.
There's like a YouTube video channel thing where it talks about abuse and how if you see a woman like literally hitting a man, nobody does anything. But if a guy goes up to a girl and starts hitting her, like people will be involved. Yeah, it's like really 100%. Weird. It's really weird to see that because it's just a woman can still do.
I think the reason that is because women aren't. This is going like way. I'm not saying that this is my point of view. By it, like not at all. But
so you're saying it's your point of view?
No, it's not. Definitely not. Way back in the day, you know, men viewed women as not being like strong or what is it like? Not superior, but basically strong. So it's like if a woman's beating up on a man, you know, he's like either not going to feel it or he should be able to like take her or take it. So like, but nowadays you got these women that are freaking.
I could take you out so easy.
Way bigger than most men, or not most men, but a lot of men. Like, and I think they can do some fucking damage if they were legit like pissed off at a guy and like trying to fight him. Like, especially trained fighters. Like you're a trained fighter. I'm pretty sure you can do some fucking damage, 100%.
Well, people like the thing is, if you're gonna go into a fight, make sure you go into something that's gonna do damage. I'm giving you a tip here. If somebody's trying to fight you, punch him in the fucking throat. That's going to take them down, and then you can run away. Don't try to punch them in the arm, in their head. Because headshots, unless you hit them really, really, really fucking hard,
they're not to be really, really, really hard.
No. If I punch you in the head, you have to either do a few hits before you get knocked out.
No.
Depending.
We looked up the amount of force it takes, and it was like 5 foot-pounds. It's actually not a lot to knock someone out. It really isn't. Depending on the person.
A normal human person who doesn't train to fight.
A normal human person, yeah. So you think, 90% of people in this world train to fight? No.
They should.
Well, 100% I agree they should, but no, they do not. So the majority of the people in this world, I think, do not train to fight. So if you were to walk up to some random person, that you think is not a fighter, which they probably are not, and you hit them, they're probably going to get knocked out.
Or fall. Not knocked out. They might fall over.
They could get knocked out.
Could. Maybe. I don't know. But throat, groin, boys and girls. You kick a girl hard in the coochie, it is going to hurt her.
That is true. So that goes for you guys. If a girl's trying to rape you or beat you, hit her in the cooch.
I'm struggling right now. Okay.
And women, if a guy or a female, it could happen nowadays. Say la vie. Hit her or him in the private parts.
See, we're trying to be very gender open.
Gender neutral.
Not gender neutral, gender open. Because it could be boys, girls, and in between.
And in between, yeah. Anyone. Hit them in the private parts.
Or the throat. Everybody has a throat.
Or especially if you know pressure points, that can be a good thing, but that's like training and all that shit. So majority, no one's going to know that. I don't even know that shit either.
See, I have rage, and so when I start, I don't stop. So that's when I would need people to pull me off so I don't murder somebody.
I'm not pulling you off. You just do your thing.
I can just visually see myself
do your thug thizzle
against the cement until their brains.
You do have a lot of rage. She has very bad road rage.
People are stupid. Everybody, blinkers are not optional. Fucking use your
brights. Blinker. You listening, if you use your brights at night, oh my Lord, I will find you.
No, he won't. That's not a threat.
It's a threat. I cannot stand. I'm driving I had training this past week, so I had to get up at 5 a.m. and I had to go to work. I had to be there by 6:30 a.m. So obviously it's still dark outside. And every day there was still 2 or 3 people driving with their brights on. I get it if you have a headlight out. Okay, you drive your brights on so you don't get pulled over by the cops. But so far I've not seen anyone with their one light out. They were just driving with their brights on. And if you are I'm sorry to say that, but if you're an older person and you're driving that time in the morning, you have to have your brights on, you shouldn't be driving. I'm sorry, because you're blinding people. What if my eyes are super sensitive and I get a seizure or something, and then I'm wrecking or I hit you? Then what? Then I get blamed for it. No, do not drive with your brights on. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
Are you sure? Because I'm just sitting here watching you go crazy.
It's just because it's recent. I had to deal with it every day this morning, and it's good Lord.
I was I don't deal with it, but by the time I wake up, I'm just
I'm just every day, at least 2 to 3 people have their brights on.
I did wake up before you today.
Well, I hate wake up in the morning, so I'm glad even when I get off of work, if I work midnight shift and I get off, people are driving with their brights on at night.
People are dumb. All right, so
anywho, sorry.
That is our show today. We did What Lies Beneath, and then we did
What Breaks Up Friendships.
I think this was fun. So we have a special episode for you guys next time. We have our friend. I've already asked him legally if we can say his name on the podcast.
Just not his last name.
Carlos. So our friend Carlos is going to be on the episode the next episode.
So next week.
Because I'm I post date them so they're further along, but we're recording next week anyway. So Carlos pretty much demanded to take over the podcast, and he is taking us hostage. Please help us.
Help
me. I'm poor.
He's picking the movie and the topic, apparently.
So do you remember the movie?
It has Gerard Butler in it.
Gerard Butler. Okay, I was going to let you say it, but I'm going to write it down so you can say it, because you don't know the topic. I know the topic.
Come on, right? Oh, Law-Abiding Citizen or Law-Abiding Citizen.
Okay, so Law-Abiding Citizen is the movie. You can watch it on HBO Max. or probably like fucking Redbox or
Redbox would definitely probably have it. If not, then either Prime or Netflix should have it. One of those streams should have it.
Definitely. But I looked it up. It is on HBO Max, so you can watch it there. The topic next week, it's fun.
About damn time. He went through like 4.
Yeah, he got really serious on all of his
Too
topics.
serious. We're like, yeah, no, bro.
I'm sorry, no,
bro.
No, I'm
not
going to
gonna
talk
happen.
about that. Dad jokes.
Oh, that's going to be good. Because he's a dad and he is like the master of dad jokes.
So he was like, dad jokes are bad jokes. Doesn't have to be necessarily daddy jokes.
This is going to be good.
So that means we each have to look up some fun. You can do it too.
No, I don't have to. I just listen.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right. So that is what's next week. So Law Abiding Citizen on HBO Max, and then our dad joke.
And to interrupt, actually have another good buddy of mine who wants to be on the podcast as well. So we're gonna maybe start having like a guest once a month, possibly if this trend continues. But he's gonna be on, I think, 1, 2, or 3 weeks from now. So y'all get to meet another good buddy of ours. So he's been demanding he wants to be on it too. And his name, he already gave me permission to say his name. His name is Randy. So he'll be on. Shout out to him because he's been listening to every single episode. So I appreciate him. Love him to death. But he will be on one soon as well. So just to give y'all a heads up, we're going to have a couple of guests that are good friends of ours.
100%. And the tip that Randy told us was to put us on YouTube. And I'm like, you don't want to fucking do that, dude.
Well, not necessarily YouTube, but just do video recording. So it would be nice if we can have, we will eventually probably do it. We just don't know necessarily when, but we just want other opinions as well. I mean, obviously we're going to take Randy's to heart and we're going to do it eventually. We just want to know what y'all think and if we legit should and do it like soon, or if y'all think we should just keep the audio recordings going. So if y'all can, let us know. And yeah.
Sure.
Interesting shit coming up. It's going to be hilarious stuff.
So tune in. So you know the drill. If you want to message us for advice, please email us at inforthenight69, the number 69 at gmail.com. You can topic it as advice, or if you have any funny stories that relate to what we've been talking about, we would also love to read that. Also, you can go to our website, inforthenightpodcast.com. That is where you're going to look and see our Patreon page, our merch store. You can look at all the shit that I put together. It took me a long time, so just
Indeed.
appreciate it.
And she just changed it and got some more interesting stuff on the website, so that's dope.
So please just lie to me and tell me you looked at it. I don't give a fuck if you do or not, but just pretend. I can tell if you go look, but actually we have a lot of traffic, so people have been looking.
Well, that's good.
But overall, please, if you like the show, definitely donate to the Patreon. We will feed our pups treats, and we can definitely do videos of them feeding them treats.
No, that's true.
That's cute.
That's true.
That would be cute.
And shout outs if they want. If
you would like us to shout out, if you donate and you would like to buy a treat for the pups, we can do that on a video.
Yes, 100%.
And they would get so fat.
Possibly, but they love treats, so it's all right.
They are hungry for treats, guys. We feed them frequently and a lot of treats, but they always want more.
They just want more.
I just feed them ice cubes to pretend.
And they murder the ice cubes as well. Well, one of them does. 2 of them do.
No, Arrow does.
2 of them. No, I don't think Lala does.
No,
though.
Lala hates that.
Yeah, I don't think she likes
it's
the cold.
It's really funny when they get brain freezes because
she likes cold water, but not ice cubes.
Like Arrow, his body just shuts down, and he's like, "Fuck." Really
we got to record that.
It just happened once. It hasn't happened since, but it was like the first time he had an ice cube. He was chewing on it. He's like, "Go!"
And he's like, "What is happening?"
It was really cute. All right. You know the drill. That is where you need to go to talk to us. Please do. We hope we gave you a reason to stay in for the night.
Peace out.